Corrupt, gave a fuck about a bitch, I'd always be broke. I never have no motherfucking endo to smoke. I get smoked and loony. Bitch, you can't do me. Do we look like BBD? You hoochie groupie. I have no love for hoes. That's something that I learned in the pound. So how the fuck am I supposed to pay this hoe? Just the latest hoe. I know the pussy's mine. I'ma fuck a couple more times and then I'm through with it. There's nothing else to do with it. Pass it to the homie.
Then we'll also talk about the roster.
Right. Oh yeah. Let's talk about right after that. So.
And we're back. Sorry about that, everyone.
Yeah, no problem. So the fourth date, why did that make you feel weird for him to start talking about that, even after sex? Did you not? Why did you have sex with him in the first place if you didn't feel that chemistry between you and him in the first place?
No, I felt the chemistry.
Right,
I was just thrown off guard because I did not expect the question of children, a house and all that. Right, the fourth.
Wow.
Date.
Okay, so you just felt like it was early.
Too early.
Pretty early.
No, and I thought there was him saying the stuff that I want to hear.
Oh, okay, so you thought he was just...
In the sense that he was trying to...
You thought he was bullshitting you?
Yes.
Okay.
Manipulating you somehow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Why? Is it
Now, I'll admit it is... I'll say it's weird because I do think it's weird for the guy to bring it up, unless he for some reason really desperately wants to get married and have kids. And
the coochie's fire. That's what he's basically saying.
Was this the grandpa, the grandma, and mom dude? Was this that dude?
No.
Oh, okay. Because I could instantly draw that line. I could instantly draw that route.
Is it because you're not currently, as you are now, you're not looking for any long-term relationship?
Correct.
That's why you.
Correct.
Okay, that makes sense. That's why it was so weird. So even 6 months from now, it still would have been weird for you?
I'm not sure.
Interesting.
See, like that's the thing is like a guy, I just wouldn't bring it up.
Right.
Yeah, I'm like, because that's the kind of thing. It's like it's almost like the mentality of why, like, don't fix what isn't broke.
Don't
like,
get me wrong. Like, it's a compliment that somebody is seeing me that long.
Wife material.
Yeah,
you know?
wife. Yeah. Wow.
It is a compliment, but then at the same time, like I feel like women just wanted to know that you have some sort of serious, a little longer intention with us, but not that serious.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah.
I just this quick non sequitur because we're doing relationship stuff. I just got a new match, and Tabitha sent me a message on Tinder.
Okay.
I don't have anything cuter to say, but you're the cutest. Let's take a look at Tabitha.
Let's take a look at
Oh,
Oh, no.
Beast.
Oh, no.
That's no Tabitha.
Oh, no.
So sorry.
No.
We're gonna have to give you the good old unmatched.
Okay. I just think she doesn't really know how to take photos.
How did you match that?
Are you being serious right now?
I'll tell you how I matched that.
Right? Like, okay.
Are any of you
let
guys
me
on
show-
Tinder?
No, I'm not. I'm
Okay.
on Hinge, but
Let me tell you how I use Tinder. I don't have the motherfucking time to sit there and look at every person, so I just swipe right on everyone, and then when they match up, because then I can unmatch or match and decide at that
Yeah,
point.
I
Because
have been told
if I spend
that.
an hour and literally like, I know they're not all gonna match with me inherently, so it's a waste of time to just sit there and consider each
that's
one on
actually
that
very
level.
smart.
Wait for them to match up, and then I can go unmatch or match. Yeah. So like, yes, I do get a lot of beast matches, but they immediately get unmatched.
I also think that what is her name?
Tabitha.
Tabitha.
Now, and this is why this technique works, and I happen to actually catch this one, and you know who I'm about to pull up. This is why Tinder is a godsend, because I've taken, and do not say this chick's name, out on 2 dates. Jesus fucking Christ.
Wow.
And they're a member of the U.S. that team.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like,
There you go.
ridiculous.
There you go.
So like, it has its perks, but.
But I also think that she just didn't know how to present herself on photos.
No.
She's ugly. She has a blobby nose, and her body is
Not everyone's
not good.
attractive.
Not
If you think people are attractive, you're also saying that some people aren't attractive.
Yeah,
No, but I just think that she could have,
I would have never fucked
She could have
her, though.
lied.
have a
She
little.
could have catfished
no,
him.
No, have a little better
Filters?
angles.
More
Like,
filters? Is
No,
what
have a
you're
little
saying?
better. Like I know my
But-
best feature is my smile. So
How is she gonna hide that
here's
blobby
my,
nose though,
here's
or
my-
her body? That's not
Here's
good.
my profile. This is my first one.
Okay.
Like my second one.
Okay. You should have your legs open there.
You know. Exactly.
Yeah, you see?
Krong, something that to show you that I'm interested in the same thing that you guys are.
Sports, you're pretending though.
There you go.
Yeah.
She
You know,
knows
like,
what she's on this
so-
app
With
for.
dogs,
Yeah.
yo.
okay, with dogs, okay.
So like I feel like the photos present my
I
life.
don't
a
care
little
about
better.
any of everything you just showed. It's just
Yeah.
what do you look like, your face and then your body.
Yeah. Face
Is it
and body.
doable? That's it.
And that's just at
That's
first.
just reality. It's just reality.
No,
Like
Everything else after that,
it sounds shitty, but like that is just on a
Right.
nature level, like what we give a shit about at
Right,
first.
initially.
Yeah, that's why like I think it's absolutely hilarious when I hear the stories of guys that like they went on a date with a girl that took a very good pic and they get there, they're like, fuck this, and they leave. Like
That is true, and apparently it happens a lot.
Yeah, it happens
if
a
it
lot.
happens to you
Oh,
guys too.
Yeah, it happens to me all the time.
It's happened twice to me, and I'll leave immediately.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah,
bye.
just walk away.
Yeah, I go.
Just call it
Nope.
a day.
I'm very picky.
Where
as
you
I said,
going?
Very, very
The
picky.
the best
made
was
a
I'll tell the short version because I told this on my podcast. But a couple months ago, I was out visiting my dad in California, and both him and my stepmom were just at work. So I was like, I was just swiping on Tinder, matched with this chick who lived like an hour and a half away, and it was like we got to talking. It was like, cool, you down to fuck? Yep, cool. Drove an hour and a half to get there. She gets to my place. 2 minutes in, is kind of like, I don't know, like I don't know if I really like. I just kind of want to hang out. And I literally went, well, that's great. I'm not trying to hang out with you. That's not what we talked about. So sorry. Like, I'm not saying you have to fuck, but if you're not fucking, you're gonna have to go.
Oh my God.
And I made her
think
drive.
that's real.
And I made her drive home.
Yeah,
I
and
think
like,
that's real.
Yep. Take your
That's-
ball and go home.
Yeah.
bye. Like
Because
I
was
didn't
honest.
ask you to come down and hang out. Like
I
that's
was
not what
honest.
this was.
Right.
I think that's completely
And it's
fair.
fine that your mind changed, but like I don't have to then be held hostage by your
Yep.
change of mind.
And that's the shit I don't like because they think that you do.
Mhm.
Like at that,
No.
like if
your
literally
pussy's
the
not that
intention-
important.
Yo, like, can I get back to finding more pussy now that I've been disappointed?
Yeah, and that's the thing is like some guys get angry about it, and if anything, you should be thankful because it's
right.
like, oh, now I can go give my time to someone else.
Right. Because your time is our pussy. Time is our pussy.
Yes.
And so
Exactly.
when you take over, when you take up our time, you're raping us. And that's a Patrice O'Neal joke, but his
it's
the
true
principle's
that like
correct.
if I go on 3 dates with and 3 is like my max if I really like 3 dates if I really like a chick before I'll go like I'll take my ball and go home and go like you need to give me some pussy like what's going on because it's like you've had 3 dates of my pussy
Right.
and I haven't had any
Yes.
of yours.
None,
Yes,
none of
yes,
yours, right?
yes.
And that's
Like
not
you
fair.
had-
What
you've had
she's
my
interested in is
time
your
in this.
talking
It's
and her
2019. We're all
time.
about equality.
My
here.
my pussy is
Exactly.
my time, my charm, like
Yeah.
taking it out and like making sure that you have a good time
Right,
and
right.
shit.
It's not easy. It's not easy being charming.
It's not. No, it's work, man.
It's work.
We make it look easy, but fuck.
Like, have you been told in a relationship that like, yo, what you're saying right now is not really making any sense, or it's like, damn, like, you're saying a lot. Like, has anybody ever said to you, you're saying a lot, but you're not saying anything yet?
Oh, I do that all the time. When I was asked questions that I'm not comfortable answering, I'll give you a very vague answer that goes nowhere.
Yep.
But most of the time, people don't realize that. Most guys would not.
You see, no, I noticed that early and very vividly because a lot of women I know just like to talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes they're not sure of what they're saying, but it's just coming out.
Oh no, I think it was just for me. It's just a defense mechanism. I don't want to answer this question, but I'm just gonna give you a very politician answer by directing distracting you to different things, so that we don't have to talk about the things that I don't want to talk about.
Oh,
All right, let's start talking about your roster.
Yeah, that's just fucking rereading my mind. I was going.
Yo,
"Roster."
these guys,
We're very similar, I think, actually. in a lot of ways. All right. So the question is,
All right,
How-
so you were auditioning to be on the roster, correct?
no, how do I win the part? That's what I want to know. How do I get on the field and score some touchdowns? How does that
Yeah,
happen?
beyond like, because I don't know if it's just fucking like we said when it was out, it's
Right.
like it should just be kind of looks and like I guess you said chemistry, but like I don't know, it's like the chemistry that you might have with them just conversing isn't the same like
Right,
when
it's
they're
not the
fucking.
same.
Okay, so it's just for you to be in the bench. It's pretty easy. Like, I'm attracted to you. We have decent conversation. I have a good time with you. Yeah, you're sitting.
See, girls are so much wholesome than guys. Like
Yeah, I'm a savage. I'm a savage.
To
It's
make
nothing like that.
to make it onto the field or the bench, yo, you ain't
I'm just waiting for
conversation.
you-
Yeah, are you
conversation?
Do you have a
Right.
body temperature
Right, right,
somewhere
right.
roughly in the 90s?
Are you alive? Is your heart working? Does your pussy get moist? Like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
like
For my
no,
team,
that's it.
I'm just waiting. For my team, I'm just waiting for you to get out of the locker room. That's
Yeah,
all
you know what I'm
waiting
saying?
for.
Like,
How do I get in the game? Step on the
You
court.
step on the right.
Yep.
Right. Just
Be roughly near the court.
coach, how do I get in the game? Are you standing anywhere close? Are you in? Like,
Glance at the court.
she said, no, you have to know the plays for us. It's like, I'll teach you them on the court. Like,
Just completely come out undressed. That's
Yeah,
all that-
yo, just come out ready for war. Let's do
Birthday
this.
Suit, that's all you need.
Wow, you're so much wholesome. Like you see, that's the thing. Guys have to do so much. Like we literally have to do a whole song and dance just to get in the door. Like it's fucking annoying, yo.
Crazy.
It's annoying,
And it's
like-
why we resent women so much.
Yes,
It's
yes,
right.
So do you
yes,
think I'm
yes.
being too much? Like
No,
the
no, I
standard
love
is
it.
too
No.
much?
I
Yeah,
mean,
I
your,
love
your
it.
standards
I
are your
love it.
standards. But my thing is this:
I
like
love it.
out of whatever. Did you already say your roster number? I don't think she has. Out of your
No.
roster number, how many did all of these dudes have to sing and dance?
Nope.
Not all of them had to sing and dance.
Maybe at one point, but like.
So all of them had to sing and dance. If they all did at one point, then they all did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy.
none of them can
That's
just
crazy.
be
Like-
good looking and then just cool. Fuck.
No.
Yo, you see, that's the
That's
thing
the
about
difference.
women, because like a guy to make it on the
I have rejected
you know why?
so many
You know why?
six-pack
Because-
guys because they start with me with.
You know why? Because women feel
up?
like
How
they
you
have
doing?
to. Women feel like they have to be getting something for their pussy.
Yes,
No, definitely, because
they have
women
dignity.
understand. Women
'Cause you
understand
guys have
that
dignity.
like
and your ego.
dick is dick. You know what I'm saying? Dick is dick. They can buy one. Like dick is dick.
Dick is dick.
But like, you can buy pussy. We don't like it the same.
Nah,
It's not the
It-
same.
it
You can
get-
buy pussy. You don't
It
like
gets
the
close,
same.
but it's not.
It's not the same.
It's just
Not
not
the
yeah,
same,
it's
like-
not the same.
Like
talking a girl up and then
you can't grab a
pocket.
pocket pussy's ass while you smash it. You know what I'm saying?
One
You know what I'm
and all of a
saying?
sudden, Like that's beautiful.
Also, the shame is a lot more afterwards.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a lot
yeah.
more.
You,
and
fe-
it's
you literally
unshared.
feel like a serial killer.
and it's
Yeah, yeah,
unshared.
and I don't like to cuddle, so it's like it's one of those.
That
things
part's
that
nice, but
I do like to cuddle.
but you
really-
kind of have to cuddle by
Yeah.
cleaning it and shit, which is also
That's another way for
That's
my
worse.
for my dick
Once
to
it's
touch your
over, I
booty,
just
you know
toss
what
you
I'm
right
saying?
off. Just
Nah,
get off.
I'm gonna turn you around, get those cheeks right up close to me. Oh my god,
No,
the cheeks,
you
know what I'm
gotta
saying?
earn cuddles. You
Nah,
gotta earn
man, the
cuddles.
cheeks earned it already. I clapped them, so they earned
Cuddles
it.
are not for free.
They're not free. I just did work. We all pay for that. We all pay for that. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's not that simple. I get it. Why? Okay, you just love to cuddle, but no.
I like to be touched.
Everything has to
Yeah.
be earned. Everything has to be earned.
Like my love language, the first one, I like to be touched. I just like to be touched. It's just the way it is.
Amen.
All I'm gonna say is for guys out there, you need to have more dick pride. Just have more dick pride.
Yeah.
Just because a girl is willing to give you some pussy, which you should be thankful because they don't have to give it to us.
Yeah,
Mhm.
make
But
sure
at
they
the
can run a
same
mile
time-
before you take their pussy.
Right.
yo.
They gotta
Make sure they can run a
prove
mile,
they're
bench
soldiers.
press about 150. Like we gotta hold them to the same
Which-
standards they be holding us to.
Which,
man.
by the way,
She has to be a
that makes
soldier.
me want to bitch about something before we get back in the roster thing. The amount of ugly, fat, or women with children that have these unrealistic fucking bitchy standards on dating websites.
Ego. It's
no,
all
no,
ego.
bro.
It's all ego.
Let them have those standards. It's keeping them single. It's their own
No,
problem.
no, I know,
Yeah,
but
it's-
it's hilarious. Like some of the things where it's like, not this, not this. You have to do this, this, and it's like, lady, we both know what you look like.
It's like, how many of these things on my list are you looking to check off? That your list is this long.
Yeah.
Like,
Who are? I wouldn't do this amount of work for a 10,
So then now the
let
question,
alone a 3.
follow-up question. Then would you want to pursue, say, a hot girl, but totally shallow, bitchy, not nice to you or whatever?
We're just.
night?
What do you
For
mean?
one
What do you
night?
mean?
yeah,
Yes.
hell yes,
Okay.
yes,
But
yes.
how about dating? No.
No,
Yes?
I
Because
mean,
I won't
like,
put up with that
I
bullshit.
won't put up with
Okay.
that. Yeah.
that's where guys
If
differ.
they
period.
want to come into my army, they will fall in fucking line with the rules
Yeah, you have
and
to follow in
protocol
line.
of my
Yep,
army.
yep, that's fact.
And if not, then you're a court-martialed. Sorry.
Take
And
your
that's-
ball and go home.
Like,
If
you
if
see,
don't
like,
listen.
It's they play by your rules
Right.
or you don't play. That's
mine
the
is
mentality.
far more strenuous. Like you already gotta be in an army, and then you get pulled up to the. You already gotta be in the army, and mine is like the special forces. You know what I mean? So I'm only taking the best of the best. You know what I'm saying? Like so
I
like.
that.
Yeah, no, like mine. Is
You
special
won't
forces
take
'cause, like,
bitches in basic training.
No, like I think I have an addiction to boss bitches. That's why like Jaylene is very attracted to me. That's a boss ass bitch. Like I have a very big addiction for boss bitches. So how if you're attracted to boss bitches,
You like a
you
little
pick
fighting, right?
You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
gotta
a little
pick the
fight's
top
fun.
fighter. You gotta
Yeah.
pick the top. So I like the
Because you know
boss
what?
bitches.
If you don't, if you just pick some easy submissive bitch, you get lazy and comfortable.
Boom. You don't work on yourself. You don't
Yes.
become a better person.
Yes, you need
You think this evolved overnight?
you need
Nah,
a
bro,
woman
it
to
work.
challenge you. You don't need her to work against you.
Exactly. I need someone to help me be the best charismatic I can be, because this is charismatic as a motherfucker. I'm gonna keep growing. You know, my nigga.
So again, it's a very fine balance. You want us to be a little feisty, but not too bitchy. Does that make
Yes.
sense? Yep.
Yeah.
You could be all that. It doesn't matter.
No, the bitch.
As long as you fall in line.
Yes. That's a better way to put it.
It has nothing to do with the amount or how bitchy or how whatever you are. It's as long as you fall in line. Once you get into my roster, that's you play your position.
And
That's it.
mine is not. Like mine is not so much bitch, but like I am looking for like I know I'm big headed, so I need someone to check my bullshit.
Okay.
So I am looking for you to be outspoken. I know I need it.
Interesting. Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Okay.
But you gotta know when to do it, and you gotta know how to do it. I'm a large man. I'm never gonna put my hands on you. I'm never gonna use my presence against you. So if I'm gonna respect that, also respect that about me. Like he's a large man. I'm like I should come correct to him. Like you don't have to yell at me. Like you can be like, yo, baby, that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like I would much rather listen to that. You yelling at me, I'm like, yo, bitch, you don't have a voice. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not hearing you. Like I could choke you out right now. I'm not gonna like stop using your power of voice on me when I'm not using my power of size on you or some shit like that. Like let's be civil.
Yeah, but that's how women combat.
No, I know. So let's be civil. I'm
that's the way
not
they combat.
looking for someone to combat me.
Yeah, but
You can be outspoken without being combative.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is true.
Yeah.
So I am looking for someone to check me on my bullshit because I am the type, if left to his own devices, thinks he's right all the time.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So I do want someone to check my bullshit and be like, yo, you're wrong. But at the same time, I don't want you to stop me from being me. I'm very confident. If you're going to knock everything I have to say, that usually will make a person less confident.
And you
about it.
might not even be wrong, but it's just you need to like be made to check your math.
Right.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like where you go like, no, I'm right, bitch. But like even just taking that moment to like
me, it's like
cool.
Like me, I usually commend them. Thank you for saying something. But I mean, I'm gonna do it this way. I think I'm right. Thank you for saying something. Period. Yeah. Like I really do. If you're strong enough to say something to me, I respect that shit, and that's the only reason I'll keep you around. You know, because I do need checks and balances. I believe I'm a very intelligent individual, so that can run away on a person.
Great. Yeah. That's awesome.
You sound facetious as hell right now.
Yeah, I am. Anyway, moving
you
forward.
dick. You motherfucker. Fix your lip, nigga.
So once again,
so back to the roster. So what?
Steps? What?
So just to get onto the roster
Right.
is good looking enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so good looking is enough to get onto the roster.
No, she said good conversation.
Sorry, that we're talking about on the bench.
We're just let's just
How
go. We'll go basketball terms, right? Let's just say, and this is just let's just go basketball numbers. There's 15 people you can have on a basketball team. Okay, there's 15 people you can have on a basketball team. Obviously, and and let's just say because of that, you have five people at play at a time. You're making this weird. There's 5 people that are in play at a time.
She's giving it away.
So to just get on to just to make the team. Is the tryouts to make the team is sufficient? Is it sufficient enough to just be good looking?
No.
Okay, so you're saying a guy has to be more than just good looking just to
Correct.
get onto the roster. Now so give me what is the like, okay, this is the boxes need to check to get onto the roster.
We need to be able to have a conversation.
Okay, so conversation
And I
good,
should be physically attracted to you.
Okay, so good looking and conversation
Is that fair?
That's okay. That's
Okay.
fair. Okay, that's fair. So that's the 2 requirements to get onto the roster. So now you're on the roster. How do you get minutes in the game?
I need to see the efforts from you.
Okay.
Because again, our egos are that big. We want
Right. What's the
Okay.
effort?
to feel.
What's the effort?
What's the
I
effort?
want, say we're going on a date. I want you to plan it. Would you
Okay,
like it?
so
'Cause
you want the man to be in charge and plan
Yes.
the date and everything. Okay, like that.
and not just what are you feeling?
Now,
I mean, if
now,
you're expecting all this without any reward, don't be
wait.
mad if the guy's rewarding
Oh,
himself.
I never said anything.
No,
about not
wait.
having our rewards.
That's what,
No, no,
that's what I was
that's
getting
not
to.
the thing.
So,
Just gonna go ahead and
when I
retire.
said that for them getting minutes isn't just getting the time to take you
No.
on the date. Like minutes is like they're in the game. They're in
I'm
the
scoring
sense that,
touchdowns.
like if they go and do these steps, like they're scoring on
Yep.
potentially date 1.
Yeah.
Is your
Okay.
bench? Do your bench players ever get in the game?
No, that's what we're talking about. It's
Right.
like that's why I said minutes. Even like if you have 2 minutes a game, let's
Okay,
say,
okay.
like that's still
Okay,
like
okay,
there's a
okay,
chance
so-
that you're scoring buckets on date 1.
Okay,
as long as you're
okay.
checking those boxes. Okay, that's fair.
Okay.
That's fair. Now, if they're doing this effort, what is your effort in their game?
What do you?
Yeah, what do you bring into the
Because
table?
if they're
Is it
doing
just
if they're
pussy? 'Cause
doing
it
all
sounds like
this
just
to get
pussy
your
right now.
pussy, what are you
Because
doing?
don't say you're
just to
bringing
get-
good
just to get their
conversation.
dick?
We don't give a fuck
No, no,
about
because
that.
because if it is just pussy at first, which is what we're talking, and they're having to do all this to just get pussy, what are you doing to get their dick? Because you don't actually need to do anything to get their dick.
Say that again, because I wasn't following you.
So, if we're just talking fucking, which is what we're talking, and they're being charming, they're good looking, they're taking you out on a date, and all of this, what are you doing to get them, other than just being passive and letting them get you?
Oh no, like if the moment is right, I will blow you in the bathroom of the restaurant. If you
So-
know, if
But-
if I feel
That still
it.
See,
falls
but-
on the pussy. You're still
but the
only
cost-
offering
the
sex.
Like I
cost,
guess what
right.
I'm asking is like, what is the equivalent of your
Sex activity,
charm
sexual
or whatever that's being brought to the table from your end, other than just being
Sexual
there?
Because it seems unbalanced.
It's very unbalanced.
It's very unbalanced.
Because by like that.
We're also giving you our time, correct?
No,
we're also
you see,
investing
that's
in
not
our
where-
time.
But
That's
we
not
don't
what
want
you see.
we don't
Okay.
want your time.
We don't want
like
your
You
the
guys are-
equation is this: a guy wants pussy without giving up his time. A woman wants time without giving up her pussy.
Correct.
Fact. Right.
So like literally, like women are sitting there like, well, I'm giving him my time and my conversation too. We don't value that the way y'all value that.
Yeah,
Right.
Like we.
So you're not
genuinely-
giving us anything. That's work for us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like you sitting there thinking that we're like conversations added value to the guy. We'd rather be having conversation with our boys.
That is
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And,
Like,
and,
so that's
and that's
not
why,
added
like when
value
we were
at all.
walking earlier, when you asked me about the like chicks just being friends, that's what I meant when I'm like, if I'm gonna just be friends with a chick, like it needs to be as good of a hang as hanging with my boys.
Right.
Because I 9 times out of 10, basically 10 times out of 10, I'd always rather hang with my boys than a chick.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Me
I'm
too.
sorry, like girls think that men talk about sex a lot. We talk about it a lot more with our boys too. Like
Right,
it just
right.
it's like it's constantly on our minds. It comes up a lot. So
Mm-hmm.
like I'm sorry that it like literally a lot of us revolves around sex. But at the same time, I keep backing up.
It's
away from it.
learning.
But at the same time, like do you, like a lot of women don't understand like men make sperm on an hourly basis.
Mm-hmm.
Like there has to be a release for that shit. Like that's the reason we're so horny. Y'all don't make more eggs. It's not like piling up on y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like literally, we hit a point and we're like, "Yo, this sack is heavy."
Yeah.
like, you start getting angry. You start getting
you get
agitated.
dick
like, literally,
hangry.
bro,
Get dick
bro. When you get the yearns, dog.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's the name of this episode, by the way, Dick Hangry.
Very
No,
good.
it's called the yearns. It's called the yearns, yo. When you get the yearns, bro. Nah, like that. Those are some of the like. That's why like when you haven't had it in a long time and a girl fucks with you and you get blue balls, dude.
You get extra pissed.
You get
Yo, like that's the
Extra
time
aggressive,
you're like, all right, put on your gloves, let's go. Like, I'm ready to fight you. Like, you serious? You didn't have to do all that. You knew you weren't gonna do shit. Why you gotta do all that? Like, nah, it's like it literally hurts. It literally like you're like everything was ready to force in one.
Yeah, and I think
direction.
that's what a lot of women
They-
don't understand. Yeah,
they don't get it.
We think that the possibility of sex is enough.
No.
wow.
That's why. That's
Wow.
why when you guys are doing
Wow.
that, a guy on the back end is going to get it somewhere else.
Yep.
Wow.
Because the possibility of sex is not enough. Because that's literally all you're offering.
Yep.
It's literally all you're offering. Because you're like, oh, I talked to you. Don't give a fuck. Do I look as happy when I'm not talking to you, or do I look happier? I probably look a little happier when I'm not talking, right?
And you know what? That's the difference. Is some guys are afraid to lose out on that possibility of the pussy, so they'll hang in and play and deal with the bullshit that
Right.
someone like me, Gerby, or charismatic would go like, "Word, well, I'm just gonna go get
I'd
pussy
rather
elsewhere."
Just retire. I'd rather
Yo,
just retire from
I
the
asked
game.
I asked the girl one question that I knew she never thought about before. Because like every time before she gets in my car, she needs to turn on the radio, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, so one time she got in the car, I was like, yo, what do you think I do when you're not here? Like, how do you think I like? What do you think I do to enjoy myself when you're not in the car? Right. And like she sat there and she thought about it. She was like, you probably blast the music. All right, so you think I'm enjoying my time more or less with you right now? Right. And she really had to come to that realization. It's like, yo, I really did just kind of fuck up your time a little bit. You know what I mean? Thank you. Yeah. So like that question alone, I was like, yo. So literally, what do I do when I'm having fun? Am I doing that when I'm with you? No.
Right.
No. And women forget to check that shit. Because you're happy does not mean he's happy.
Yeah.
Our brains are wired different ways.
Yeah, it's all about opportunity cost. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how much is this gonna cost me to get this opportunity?
Like literally, after getting some pussy, I'm ready to talk all day. I don't even like to talk, but I'm ready to talk all fucking day. You know what I mean? Like,
because if I have to bring all that to the table just for a potential, then you just molested me. You know?
yes,
That's
yes,
true, and a
you
lot of
really
guys don't
did.
understand that, and that's how I
Right.
stay in business for so long.
That's how you stay in business.
No, and
Okay.
exactly, and that's why we're trying to help people out, like the guy we were talking to. And stuff too. So and that's the thing. It's all a learning process, and it's like what you brought up. You know, we're always talking about sex, and like it's like when we share this all together, like when Gerby tells us stories that he's dealt with, or I share mine, like we all help each other out and shit, and like you know we all elevate together when we share these and shit, because there's holes in all of our game. Like I know there's certain types of chicks I bet that you just like you hit a wall with and you're like I can't figure out like how to do this, and it's like same for me. I'm sure there's a certain type of woman that must frustrate you where you go like, I can't crack this code.
Ugly.
Wow.
What?
Like you can't fuck ugly chicks. Like
I'm not like
Attractive.
no,
bro. You see, I'm not like fat is still fat.
Wait,
Chubby is still fat.
You can't.
Obese is still fat, bro. Like what are we talking here?
No. I'm talking about the kind of chicks that you hit. Like when you're trying to fuck, they just you can't get.
Yeah, there's a
through.
wall.
Like, is there,
you hit a wall.
Not like because you could fuck an ugly chick. I'm talking about a type. Is there a type of chick that you and you don't even necessarily
Anybody from the generation below us?
Okay, the generation below us, you find that like younger people,
like they all are waiting to be offended.
Yes.
Like they say that we're the millennials are snowflakes, but like literally all of them are waiting to be offended.
But they'll get in the fucking fight and they'll get in a fight outside of a Burger King.
Bro, apparently that's the generation behind us.
Oh my god.
That like those guys ain't even.
That,
I don't think.
Can we just talk about how fucking sad that was too? Like that, literally, it was just a group of them just standing around watching. It took like adults to like walk by and like.
Dude, I was literally like they were pulling on each other's hair. I was about to like
in the street,
bro.
They were literally in
It
traffic.
took all the effort in my body not to spank them. I was gonna spank these kids. I'm African. I'm real African. I'm wearing a belt. I was going to lash these kids.
You're a little too African.
No, you know this too. You know this too. I almost lashed them. Either that or they would have been running suicides the rest of the day. Real talk. No, this would have became a basketball practice real fast, bro. You know what I'm saying? If they didn't listen, I'm pulling them by the ear and taking them home. I don't give a damn.
Right.
I don't play that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's why I broke it up, man. Now I'm not one of those like. You see, bad things happen when good people stand by and do nothing.
Yeah. Well, and this is a thing. This is a thing
I see
too.
what you're saying. I don't. I don't look at the world as good or bad.
I feel like our parents' generation.
Well, it's do nothing and it do's.
I feel like our parents' generation was the last generation where you could like get in a fight with someone and then it not be a fucking thing afterwards.
Right.
Like nowadays it's kind of like those chicks got in a fight, and even if it was two dudes of that generation, like they're gonna get in a fight and it's gonna still be a thing, as opposed to like, all right, we had the fight, like I'm not gonna fuck with you, you don't fuck with me, kind of thing. Like now it's gonna be like, cool, how am I gonna get this bitch back?
Right.
What bothered me a little bit, it seemed like there was a small racial component to it as well. Because it was all the mixed-looking kids or the Hispanic-looking kids, and then like it was the black kids. No, she was with the Hispanic kids. It was the black kids, like literally like instigating and all that shit. And like I hate, like literally these are the same people, and it kind of just looked like they were fighting across those lines. I don't think that was the way it was, but it really looked like that, which bothered me a little bit. Because I mean, what's the difference? Once like I don't know. I can't even.
It was
we
weird.
all bleed red.
It was weird.
Bro,
it was so uncomfortable.
You guys saw something I posted on Facebook the other day. It was two bags of blood. It's like pick the white one.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Ask a racist to pick the white one. Right. I don't know. It's both red, bro.
Right.
Well, that's the thing. It's like people that don't realize that like we're all on the same level. It's like government shit like that that's all trying to fuck us, but instead we like divide ourselves.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to fuck. I'm always DTF. So government, you want to fuck? I'm down.
Are you down to fuck the
government? Yo, man, they got a booty hole.
How much work do you think you got to put in to fuck the government?
I think you just got to
Zero.
have a
You
big
think
black
government
dick.
fucks
Zero.
on the first
No,
date?
you were
Yeah,
born.
they definitely fuck on the first date.
Yeah.
I gotta do no work. They love big black dick.
They got you.
There's
at
a lot
birth.
there's a lot of them in jail right now. They love the government loves big black
Yeah, they
dick,
got you
yo.
at birth. Yeah, that's when they got you.
Yeah, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been the KINGZ podcast. Thank you for coming out and listening to our shenanigans, and hopefully we was able to drop some stupid wisdom along the way.
Jaylene escaped this without giving her number, but
That's all right. To be continued.
I'm proud of
Bring
her.
her back. Jaylene's a down bitch. I'm gonna do it.
You a down bitch?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Let's be honest. We wouldn't have her hang out with us if she wasn't.
She's DTP. She's down the podcast.
Is a fresh take on
Oh,
co-working.
that's exactly what I wanted to hear. A commercial. Never mind.
Yo, that's the way I get down with commercials all day, daddy.
Well,
Did you just say daddy?
Daddy, I don't go.
you know what? Fuck it.
Dad.
I'm gonna hit it with another closing news. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.
Hey. Charisma.